Summary. Only the soul can create change. It's always the first step and the seed that is planted. You hear the statement, "You are your own beloved." You wonder, what does that mean? I heard it, but ignored it, basically. No one ever fully knows what that fully means until they start uncovering and healing all the traumas. It's not just one snip of the scissors. I went through the healing over and over again and unthreaded each and every last of the entangled knots. Healing doesn't happen like this. You hear it once or twice or multiple times and then you heal it. No, you hear it, you understand it, and then the person comes to be the mirror to actually heal it by being the catalyst over and over again. You have to go through it, through the fire, to burn away all that is not godly, then feel the peace within your body. Then and only then could I step into the space of my future self, solo, cutting the entanglements. It's the hardest thing, but I did it. Once you've gone through this alchemical fire, no one or no thing can ever take that away from you. You've gained your true sovereignty. You've become fortitude in fluid form. Lilith, let's go quantum here. When you vibrate and be at true peace with it, if you can imagine it mentally and feel it in your heart, it's because it has happened already. It already is. Therefore, it will happen. It's you tapping into your future self. It's a time stream in the grand matrix of all time streams. One day during my separation from HB and feeling sadness, I was woken up from a nap by a woman's voice. She called out to me, "Lilith." It was a loud, clear voice. When I shared this with Sita, she responded back with this. "Lilith, I'm feeling like she is your guide right now, another aspect of you on a different timeline. She is fierce with her conviction, strong with her message of purity, and rooted in her sovereignty. She is the flame of the crimson heart. She has come to walk you through the gateways of your next rebirth. She is fortitude in fluid form. I know her. I feel her. I feel Lilith. She is me. She is my guide right now, another one joining my entourage. I love Lilith and am grateful for her presence. I need her. As I stand rooted in my sovereign freedom, it frees him to feel something new and opens spaces and places within his being to heal. As I become whole, I offer him the space to rise. The energy was not serving me anymore. That doesn't mean his energy cannot shift. He has free will. I hold space. This is the prescription. When we stop looking for someone to complete us, we find completion in ourselves. The purpose of relationship is not to have another who might complete you, but to have another with whom you might share your completeness. Aho. By talking about my own life and relating it to others, I'm paving the way for others to walk the way of grace. God. Another gateway to being your own beloved, or BYOB. Selfie love. Finding home in your heart is a gateway to becoming your own beloved. I also discovered that self-love is also a gateway. I developed more solid self-love through my relationship with HB. However, self-love is not the same as being your own beloved. It is a gateway to the beloved within. When you say that you love yourself, which self are you referring to? Self-love pertains to your form, to the human part of you. Being your own beloved pertains to the formless, the holy essence that you are. It is different. In our society, we are focused, maybe even obsessed with the physical. I don't judge people who want to look good and stay in shape. Heck, I'm one of them. It's natural to want to look good, but there needs to be a balance between loving the physical body and loving the self with a capital S. BBL, Have you heard of the Brazilian butt lift? Not to be mistaken with the BBL procedure that costs thousands of dollars, or the Brazilian bikini wax. The Brazilian butt lift is an at-home workout using ankle weights and exercise bands. The premise behind selling this program was that if you put a pencil under your butt cheek and it didn't fall, that you needed to lift your saggy ass bum. And there was no better way to do it than with the Brazilian butt lift program. Well, I did the pencil test and failed. So of course I was hooked and bought the program. I followed the exercises at home every day for weeks. And while it definitely made my derriere more firm, that stinking pencil never dropped. This was during my triathlon days, so I was in great shape before I started the program. After years, yes years, I came to the conclusion that my body shape, specifically my derriere, was the way it was, and if I ever put a pencil under my cheek and it stayed there, that was because I was suffering from rigor mortis. How much more self-torture must I subject myself to, right? If all we do and focus on is our form, we will never find true peace, happiness, and freedom within. We will always be a slave to the ego mind and the physical body. What defines us is knowing who we are, divine, eternal, infinite, holy light, not our physical body. We have a body, we are not our body. That distinction is important to know. Our physical body will change, droop in all the wrong places, sag, wrinkle, gray. Next thing you know, you have extra hair growing out of your ears and nose, but not your head, and weird bumps and growths showing up in weird places. I contemplated getting Botox. A lot of my close friends do it, and they look great, but I decided I would do the God Tox instead. After all, aging is a human process, and I'm God's divine source energy, having a human experience. So I think it will work. The formless. The idea of loving yourself points to the essence of form, the physical self. Sadly, a lot of people don't even get to this point in their development. Self-love is an act of human doing in the 3D space and time, and we need to do it because part of us is human with an ego, mind, and body. Being your own beloved is a vibrational frequency. It is an energy or resonance. It is not a doing. Being your own beloved is the formless space of the I Am presence. It is experiencing yourself as that, the space of no thing and all thing. It is infinity, all that is. It is you. It is God. It is love. You are all that and a bag of chips. Being your own beloved is being in perfect harmony with your inner true resonance, the knowing, the embodiment of your beingness. It is the space where you seek nothing, no thing other than your essence of being. It is the peace, the stillness within. It is home. Like I said in the introduction, we cannot be our own beloved if we don't know who we are. Now you understand why remembering who you are is so dang important. However learned, rich, or powerful he may be, if a man has no clear knowledge of what he really is, all his learning, greatness, and power are merely fictitious. Hence, the first lesson to be learned is about one's own self.